Howdy everybody, how y'all doing there? So I was trying to think what would be the most interesting comparison of saber that I could do. So what I came up with was kind of a Darth Revan comparison here. And what do we have here? Well, in the left corner, okay, sorry about that. Anyway, in the left corner, we have the Maverick. The version 2, not the RGB version, just plain old Maverick version 2. Stop doing it. Just the plain old Maverick version 2. And that's from Master Force. Is that what they're called? I don't even know right now. Pretty tired. What the name of the company is? It's sold by the Patch Store. And it runs... that's my cat. He's gonna be in the video today. It runs a board. I don't know what kind. It runs a lithium-ion battery, I would imagine. I've never seen it because it's in there somewhere, and I've never bothered to take it out because it has a recharge port. So why bother, right? It comes with just a single color, which is supposed to be a purple, but it's actually pink. So that is what it is. And in the right hand corner we have a Vader's Vault Revan Elite, all gussied up with a crystal shard 4.5 lithium ion battery, which is indeed removable. All you have to do is take that thing out, the thing slides out, and all that stuff. And I thought I would compare the two because this is an $80 saber. And this is not. This is much more than $80 by a factor of multiples of many of a lot. So let's grab one of these and see if I can stand up. Ugh. Sorry about all the junk everywhere. Now, I can't really swing this around too much with wild abandon unless I damage my ceiling. I don't wish to damage my ceiling, but... So the swing, the motion detection, it's more of a suggestion than an actual part of the process, as you can tell. That works pretty well. No blaster block. There's your lockup. So, this is what $80 will net you. This was actually my first real saber. Any of you have watched my videos, you already know this. This is not a surprise to you. But yeah, this is based on the whole concept of the Darth Revan saber. One of the two that he carries. I'm not sure what his other one's called, but Vader's Vault calls it a Revan Kist, and pretty much every saber company sells a variation of this. So that's that. $80. That's what $80 will net you. And this is what more than $80 will net you by a factor of multiples of many of a lot. Activation. Oops. We're good, okay. Look how bright this thing is. Very responsive, as one would expect. Now, the interesting thing is, you don't get a blaster block. Well, wait a minute, you do. I forgot. Sorry. I just... The button's down here. There we go. That's my favorite part of this font. So, yeah, oh. That's the sound of someone who, you get to muck about with a Vader's vault. You just, yeah. Anyway, so, now you get kind of the idea of the difference in of what you're paying for. And this is not meant to make anybody feel inadequate or anything like that, because everyone has their economic situation. I guess the point I'm trying to make is I have a little bit of both. As far as sabers go, I run the full gambit. I've got inexpensive sabers such as this. I have very, very super expensive sabers such as this, although not as many of those as these. But that's my situation, and I am by no means the wealthiest guy in the world. So these are kind of investments. But the interesting thing is, like, as much as I love this Vader's Vault, I do have a distinct place in my heart for this Maverick as well. And I think everybody should sort of, regardless of what kind of saber they own, if you love your saber, it doesn't really matter what anybody thinks. If it's an Ultra Sabers, or it's a Vader's Vault, or it's a Solo's Hold, or it's a Saber Forge, or if it came from YDD, or it's a Kyberlay. I mean, who cares? As long as you love it, that's all that matters. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise. That's an important thing to know, because in the end, we all kind of end up in the same place. And one of my favorite lines from Doctor Who is someone asked the Doctor at one point to identify himself and specify his rank and what his intentions were. And the Doctor says, Doctor, fun. And that was that's one of my favorite lines from Doctor Who, among many. And I think part of the sauce of life, whatever makes you happy, whatever you find is fun, is important. The dollar value is not as important. But as always, if you want to strive to get something better, by all means do. But if you cannot, and you are relegated to having something modest, that's okay as well. So that's just basically what I wanted to impart, my words of wisdom. That being said, today was a holiday, a dubious holiday at that. I don't get political, but so I'm not going to get into the socio-political ramifications of this particular holiday. But the post office was closed, and I had some things that were supposed to arrive, but obviously they're going to arrive tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm getting I won't elaborate, but I've talked about I'm getting a Liberator. Who cares? But I'm also getting a saber from the Etsy Spaz Bros store. It's a variation, a stun saber of General Ram Koda's saber that someone was hand making for me off of that website. So that's another two very, very inexpensive sabers. So that's what you're going to see tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, I'm told that DHL is delivering my I'm still like I can't remember what the name of the Masterworks. what's the Wonder Force? Yes, Wonder Force. Thank you. Sold by the Patch Store, and that's the Kishi, which is sort of a variation of the Silver Knight kind of saber, and that comes with the Stereo 2.0, which I have no knowledge about. So I will be doing a reveal of that, and I shall also be doing an unboxing of that, and I shall be doing shall you call it a review of sorts, so you can get a sense of what this thing is. So that's gonna be happening over the next few days, and then I have some other major purchases that eventually will show up at some point, but they may be few and far between, and I'm also expecting pretty much every single one of them that are Gen 3 the economy sabers coming from Saberforge. I've ordered all of them, every single one except the stalwart. The only reason why I haven't ordered the stalwart is because I can't get it in purple. I want to get that with the purple blade, and it's Saberforge's fault for taking photos of it with a purple blade because that looks gorgeous. That's what I want. That's what everyone's been ordering. That's why you can't get it, and yada yada yada. So, at any rate, I hope you were amused by this video. That was the whole point of the shtick, and I hope you took something away from it. So, at any rate, I'm going to bid you all a good night and an adieu. And I'm going to stop by getting up real close here. And I'm just going to kind of let you see. My hands are a little shaky. I am super tired. It was a very long and very weird day, in case you can't tell. A lot of major differences between the two. I mean, I'm not going to elaborate and go through the differences between each of them because your eyes work, and you guys are smart, and you don't need any of that kind of coddling. At any rate, I hope everyone has a wonderful night, and I will be coming at you with some videos tomorrow that are probably going to be way better than this. All right? I'll see you later. Bye!